What's up guys, it's Rogue here, back at it again with another amazing video on the channel. So, right on the money, right on schedule, we have a brand new video for you guys. And before we get into it, I just want to say, if you do enjoy this type of content, make sure you obliterate the like button to let me know to make more of this. Share your thoughts down in the comment section down below as I reply to every single one. And if you guys are new around here or you enjoy my beautiful face, make sure to subscribe as we are aiming for 5,000 subscribers before the end of 2025. Also, if you guys want to support the channel a bit further or you guys want to meet and duel me, make sure to check out the Discord server links all over the channel. Get yourself in there, get yourself dueling against me. Well, that's enough of me. Let's get straight into the video. So, starting off with our invoked Asamina, Fiendsmith, you call it, and combo tutorial. We are going to be starting off with combo number 1 with what a Magical Meltdown does. This is standard for the channel. If I'm not explaining what Magical Meltdown does every couple of months or so, something has gone terribly wrong. So we activate our Magical Meltdown. This allows us to grab Alistair the Invoker, normal summon Alistair the Invoker, effect, grab Invocation, link off Alistair the Invoker, Artemis the Magician Moon Maiden, activate Invocation, banish both cards, and summon Invoked. Now, activate Invocation effect in the grave, shuffle it into the deck, grab back Alistair. This is the cornerstone of Invoked plays. If you guys struggle doing this, Invoked is clearly not for you, and I don't think Yu-Gi-Oh! Is either. So this is super simple. One card equals one negate. And now let's start spicing things up. Let's start getting into juicy combos. I'm talking the Asamina combos and even the... So for combo number 2, we're adding an extra layer on top of the invoked combo, which is basically what we do with deck building. We get invoked and we add extra layers on. Activate Meltdown. Solve Meltdown, grab Alistair. Summon Alistair. Deck. Grab Invocation. Now, before we use Invocation, because we want to make sure we can send the Artemis to the graveyard to get extra value out of it, we're not going to be sending it with the Black Witch, because the Black Witch is actually going to summon itself Meltdown. Why do we do this? Because Deception actually does need to a monster, so if we do it the other way, we are forced to use Witch and lose a value there. Activate Deception, tribute Artemis, grabbing the hollowed Asamina. Now we are cooking, because now very easily activate the Invocation now, banishing the Asamina. This special summon on, so now tries to interrupt with our combo. The Invocation effect, grab Alistair back, so now even if they try and hand trap us, we're going to be able to protect ourselves with Arbor. Now we can activate the Hallowed Asamina, send Deception to the graveyard. We're going to summon Ruscellego. We're going to use Ruscellego effect. We're going to grab Wanted to our hand. We're going to link both of these guys away. We're going to make an IP Masquerena. We're going to use the Hollowed effect. We're going to put back Ruscellego into our extra deck. Grab the Hallowed Asamina back to our hand. So now, as you can see, we're actually cooking because we've 3 cards in hand, Arbor and IP, but we're not done either. Now what we're going to do is we're going to activate the Hollowed Asamina as Chain Link 1. We're going to Chain Wanted as Chain Link 2. This allows us to grab from the deck or from the grave at the Bellstar. And now the Hollowed will resolve, sending the Wanted to the graveyard to summon our silver. This is a silver, guys. I don't have access to it. I think I said it in the deck profile. I've now opened an extra half a box and I still haven't pulled the silver. So 3 boxes total and I've yet to pull that goddamn super rare. So I'm using this as a proxy for it instead, but this is the Asamina Omni Negate. This goes to the graveyard, and now if we wanted, we can actually also draw a card, banish Wanted, put Deception at the bottom, draw a random card. In this case, it's Called by the Grave, which is actually alright. That goes to the bottom. And now, what do we have of 2 cards? We have a Omni Negate, we have a Omni Negate depending on what we have in our hand, and we have an IP that can always link off Arbor to go into an SP as well, putting a fusion in the graveyard as long as this, so we can actually use a Goyades next turn for the O. That is the 2-card combo of Asamina. Let's showcase the invoked 2-card combo with Fiendsmith. So now showcasing what we can do with one Alistair and one engraver. We have the base invoke combo with, say it with me, an extra layer on top. We have the activation of Meltdown, which is now a Ghost Rare Meltdown, so it actually can't be responded to at all. I'll put grab the Alistair, the Invoker, normal summon the Invoker. We're trying to fish for hand traps because our engraver package is actually more powerful at the moment than Invoker. Grab location, and now we don't make Artemis because that will lock us out of our link zones. Use engraver, effect, grab, track. What happens if they interrupt and they ash? Well, he's actually a light, so you can just go straight into the cover anyway. Works out regardless. Activate tracked, add Lurie, pitch Lurie, summon Lurie, link Lurie away, go into Requiem, Requiem effect, summon Lacrima the Crimson Tears as his own Fiendsmith card, effect. We could dump Fiendsmith in Paradise. I dump Engraver. Now we actually have access to linking off the Alistair now. Moon Maiden to save ourselves a light Fiend Grave. Link both of these away. Our Fiend sequence. Activate Invocation now to protect the sequence and give it an extra layer so that it can resolve. Banish these two. Summon the Nekaba, put it here, activate the invocation effect in the grave, grab this hand, now activate sequence, let's shuffle back an engraver, let's shuffle back a Lurie, and let's shuffle back a engraver. I do this because I want to keep the Lacrima Requiem grave so that I can summon Requiem during the opponent's turn to summon Lacrima back, so we have extra disruption. Now what are we going to do is we are actually just going to summon the Desiree here. Now we use sequence effect, put into Desiree, and we have the Desiree negate with the Mekaba. If you don't want to do it that way, if you actually don't care much about the engine in terms of the opponent's turn and getting a summon back, keep an engraver there, shuffle an engraver, you can link off the sequence and the engraver into something like an SP Little Knight, and then from the graveyard you can equip the sequence onto the Desiree, which does get more value, but stops the engine from continuing in the so up to you. I do it this way, but you guys can do it the other way too. Both are good. Both have pros and cons. Let's now go on into merging all three engines together. So for the final combo, I'm going to be showcasing you all of the three engines together. If you open these three cards, you are just not losing the game no matter what. Obviously, there's thousands of different ways of doing this combo. I'm just going to be showcasing you the way that gives you the most cards. But if you were to play around certain hand traps, would pivot the order that you do whatever. I always like to start with Meltdown because unfortunately it is the weaker engine compared to the other two engines we have in our hand. Grabs Meltdown. Now we can Alistair, we're still fishing for hand traps at this point. Now what do we do here? Well, go into Artemis play. Black Witch, send the Meltdown to the graveyard. Setting the Deception. We now activate Deception, getting rid of Maiden, grabbing the Hallowed. Now set up first Omni negate here. Mekaba. So this protects us, probably not in this zone, probably here. This protects us from hand traps at any point by pitching a card from our hand. Goes to the graveyard. Now I actually start off the engraver plays. Pitch engraver, grab tracked, Lurie, discard Lurie, special Lurie, link away Lurie from the field into a Requiem, link off Requiem into Lacrima, Lacrima effect, engraver back into the graveyard. Now from here we can actually start going into our Asamina stuff because we have extra bodies that we can play with. Activate the Hollowed, send Deception to the graveyard. We're going to summon Ruscelago. Ruscelago effect is going to activate. We're going to grab the Wanted. Now actually both of these. And we can also make a Chaos Angel there if needed be, light and dark. Into the sequence. We can now use sequence effect by putting back our Requiem, Lurie, and one Engraver back into the deck. And the extra deck, we can now summon Desiree. Omni negate number 2. This puts a Asamina back, so by shuffling it back into the extra deck, add the Hollowed back into our hand. This is the play that I really like doing. Chainlink 1 Hollow by activating it, Chainlink 2 Wanted, grabbing another Diabell Star, sending the Wanted to the grave on resolution to actually summon Omni Negate number 3. And now with these cards here, this is the grave, link away the Sequence and the Witch into a IP Masquerena. Now what can we do here is we can actually summon an engraver if we really wanted to. So let's attach the Sequence first to get the gate live. Summon an engraver if we really wanted to by putting back the Lacrima, so that way we don't even need to link away any of our powerful fusions into an SP. And now from here, what I like doing is I like drawing a card before I put Invocation back. So with Wanted, we're going to banish it. We're going to put Deception to the bottom of the deck, and we're going to draw one random card, which could be anything. So draw, in this cap, which is Imperm, and now Invocation effect. Put Alistair back into our hand, put Invocation back into the deck, and this way everything is shuffled now, but if we put the Invocation away before, there's always a chance that we can draw it, and that basically wins our normal summon on next turn. But this is the hand, guys. Obviously the Imperm wasn't guaranteed, so I'm going to flip this face down, but we do play a bunch of hand, try to play like 15 or 16, so there is a good chance we will draw one at that point. But this is the hand, guys. What do you think? Do you think anything else could be accomplished at this point? I know we could go into the Fiendsmith Agumde lines if we really wanted to get a Desiree send immediately. So instead of making the IP, go into the Agumde, and then we'll make the Desiree, go into the Agumde, get the Desiree effect by shuffling back a Fiend, put some in the engraver, send something, and then Agumde Reborn Desiree. That is also a line. There's also a bunch of lines where we can go into the Fiendsmith sequence, and then, or go into the Lacrima, equip the Link 1, send the Link 1 for a free Diabell Star as well. There's a bunch of lines, and the combos are almost infinite. But what I can tell you is that this is an insane invoked build, and if you guys haven't seen the deck profile, make sure you do check it out either after this video or in an ideal world you would have seen it before. But if you haven't seen it, it's a bit late now. So just see it now. You can see the ratios, you can see the reasoning behind the cards, you can see how many hand traps we're actually playing, and I'll catch you all in the next video. Stay normal summoning Alistair.
It's time! Let's go!